Hello guys, hi. Welcome to my channel. My name is Zhunya, and today I will tell you about Slavic mythology, about different creatures that are popular in Slavic folklore. And I think I'll start with a creature named rusalka. So, rusalka is a water spirit. They usually dwelled next to rivers, lakes, and they were evil spirits. They could lure usually like a young, beautiful man, yeah. If you are a man, you should not, if you see a beautiful woman, and there is a lake or a river nearby, don't communicate with her. She will lure you and drown you. Rusalkas used to be women. Usually they were women who committed something, drowned, themselves. And they could also be souls of unbaptized children. If right now in the modern Russia, Ukraine, I guess it's the same, Belarus, if you want to look at rusalka, like an image, you Google rusalka and you see something like this, like the western creature with a fish tail. But actually Slavic rusalkas are they looked like women, like beautiful women with long, usually wet hair. Why do we call them rusalki? So in English, mermaid, you have this root mer, like la mer in French, or das Meer in German, sea, marine. But rusalka actually stems from an old Roman festival, spring festival, that was called Rosalia or something like that. So people would take roses, and bring them and put them on the graves of someone who, of young people who recently died, so they do not turn into these evil creatures, right? And after converting to Christianity, Slavic peoples found out about this festival and started calling it Rusalia, like this week in spring where they would bring roses to the tombs, graves. They would call it Rusalia, and then those who still turned into the evil spirits, they would call rusalki. But before that, there were many different names for rusalki. In Ukraine and southern part of Russia, it was mavka. Somewhere it was shikatalka. Many different names. So next entity I want to tell you about is Domovoy. This creature usually was depicted as a small man, sometimes young, sometimes old, and his role was to protect everyone who lived in the house. And sometimes he could be good towards the peasants or bad, depending on their attitude towards him. Domovoy, dom means a house. Some people believed that Domovoy was actually their ancestor that died without asking God for forgiveness, and now it's his punishment to serve them, to help them. Before asking Domovoy to help them, for example, to find something that they lost or to clean, peasants would offer him bread and milk, kind of like Russian weird Santa Claus, but he lives 24/7 in your house. If you don't respect Domovoy, then he could make noises at night, pull your hair when you sleep, hide your stuff, and do all these like little mischievous misdeeds. Sometimes people would say that he was married to Kikimora, and she will be the next creature I'm gonna tell you about. So Kikimora, she was the nightmare spirit. Basically, she was kind of like a female version of Domovoy, but if you make her angry, she would sit on your chest while you sleep and send you nightmares and, you know, like sleep paralysis. She looked like a little haggard, old lady. Sometimes she could live outside of the house too, and like lure and kill people. Next one is Baba Yaga. She is a very famous character. If you ever read Slavic fairy tale, you probably read about her. She is an old lady living in a hut, and in Russian it sounds like избушка, да, yes, a hut, на курьих ножках, a hut with chicken legs. But if you dig deeper, then this etymology курьи ножки does not mean chicken legs, even though it is depicted most of the time like chicken legs. But курьи ножки actually means smoked legs, and this is connected with ritual of burying, or should I say burning, people after they died. So people would put a body in like a wooden hut. This hut would stand on like beams or balks that people lit, and they would start burning, making this like smoke. Yaga was standing at the border of the living and the dead, the other side. If you read a fairy tale, almost any, she would be testing the main hero. Sometimes she wants to eat. She wants to eat the, like for example, Ivan Durak, Ivan the Fool. She says, oh, you came here unexpectedly, I'll eat you, but you should fool her, or make something helpful, help her, like do a chore, and then she would give you a useful advice or not eat you. Let's go to the next one. Leshy. Leshy is a forest spirit who lives in a forest. Forest in Russian is les. Leshy, Leshy is a guardian that protects all the creatures or the animals that live in the forest. And as any other entity, he can be kind or evil. Usually he is depicted as a tall man. He's got a lichen and moss all over him. He could also shift into other animals. Leshy could steal children if they were roaming in the woods, and to appease him, peasants would leave bread or tobacco, or even alcohol, manly things. Yeah. So he is satisfied. Next spirit is also connected with water, and his name is Vodyanoy. Voda is water. Vodyanoy, the water spirit. There are so many interpretations on how he looks, but people would imagine him being an old man, very tall and skinny, and all covered with algae and scales. Fishermen would try to appease him and give him some of the baits, some of the fish that they catch, and he was believed to date rusalkas, like they were his girlfriends. I'm thinking he could also drag people underwater and drown them, so I guess he himself killed some of the rusalkas and then forced them to be evil too. That's sad. That's abusive. I also want to tell you about Zmey Gorynych. He is a huge lizard, a dragon with 3 heads, and supposedly each head has its own personality, identity. But there are also versions of fairy tales where Zmey Gorynych has 6 or 8 or even 12 heads. He is associated with Dobrynya Nikitich. It's a hero, a Slavic character that's fighting against Zmey Gorynych. There is even a cartoon. If I find a version with English subtitles or dubs, I will leave it in the description box so you can check it out. It's a silly cartoon. I liked it as a child. Unlike Western dragons, he was actually intelligent, and as I said before, each had its own personality. Then we get Koschei Бессмертный, Koschei the deathless. Koschei kind of sounds like bones. So Koschei is depicted as a very, very skinny man, or like a skeleton. He is very old and very evil. And he cannot die because he hid his soul. His soul is inside a needle. This needle is inside an egg. That egg is inside a dog. The dog is inside a hare. Hare is inside a bird. The bird is in a chest. The chest is the chain can be longer, I guess. And the chest is buried inside a ancient tree. And usually Koschei is the antagonist obsessed with all the fairy tales, like with Ivan the Fool or Елена Прекрасная, Ellen the Beautiful. He would steal a princess, Tsarevna, and then Ivan has to fight against him to win her over, like to get her back. I guess Koschei Бессмертный, Baba Yaga, Zmey Gorynych, they would always be in a fairy tale with Ivan Durak, Ivan the Fool, and his princess. It's like a Slavic cliche. So next creature, there are actually two of them, Sirin and Alkonost. Those two are birds with women face, female faces, and Sirin represented sadness and mourning, while Alkonost was kinda like a symbol of joy and passion. These characters are not that popular, but I really like the way they look. And last but not least is Father Frost. If you watched my video on how communists stole Russian Christmas, then you heard about him, Grandfather Frost or Ded Moroz. Originally in the Slavic myths, he was an evil entity that would freeze people like to death. An old man, usually with animals like a hare jumping next to him, or like a fox. Usually he would have this cane, and he could make frosty patterns on windows with it. And after revolution in 1917, communists got rid of Saint Nicholas and invented or digged out Ded Moroz, Grandfather Frost, but they made them like very, very kind, and unlike Santa Claus with the chimney, all these weird shenanigans, Ded Moroz would just come to a child, like knock on the door and give him a present. So guys, I hope you liked this video. I hope it was interesting and relaxing.